Hello everyone, my name is Reem Abdo
And my name is Renad Kitmitto.
and our Senior Capstone research is about
the negative social media effects.
on young adult mental health.
We chose this topic because our generation is so dependent on social media, so we wanted to see how excessive social media usage can negatively affect them.
Through our research, we want to raise awareness to the possible negative effects of social media on young adults' mental health. So, to do that, we created many promotional materials, including
A flyer,
posters,
a research booklet,
a dedicated blog,
and a video.
Social media has made it easier to connect with people than it ever has been.
Well, it's a way to stay connected, to share pictures, and to give friends and family a glimpse into your day.
And you're being connected to people that you probably would have never met if it wasn't for Facebook and for social media.
We're becoming more connected. We're becoming more empathetic. We're becoming more fearless.
Social media has made it more obvious than ever that we are not alone on this planet, and we are not alone in the struggles that we're having.
We now are using these platforms to be vulnerable.
And I think, how I think of social media is that it gives us more equal opportunity in what we do, and that it enhances the way we think about things.
Social media can be used for marketing or to spread a positive message to the world.
Social media is making us unsocial. Social media is killing relationships. Social media is replacing experiences.
A lot of the apps that we use on smartphones are designed to be addictive. And there are actually people out there putting news in our news feeds that are actually designed to upset us.
We touch our phones or check our phones 150 times a day.
Social media has changed the way we live our lives, from the way we get news to the way we interact with loved ones. It's everywhere.
In social media, these likes, the comments, the shares, they've become this form of social currency by which we attribute value to something. The problem is that in our social media, we are the product, and we're letting others attribute value to us.
It definitely led to the fact that my generation, and especially kids growing up today, are growing up in what has become an overtly extreme media culture.
And we upload 1.8 billion pictures to Facebook. That's a little over a sixth of the population a day for pictures.
Psychologists at Trent Nottingham University found that we spend twice as much time on our phones as we think we do.
Top 3 diagnoses on university campuses are anxiety, depression, and stress. And numerous studies from the US, Canada, the UK, you name it, have linked this high social media use with these high levels of anxiety and depression.
Social media is linked with increased rates of anxiety, depression, and poor sleep. Sometimes, when all of this depression and anxiety builds up, in the most extreme of cases, it can build up and cause irreversible damage in the form of self-harm, sometimes even suicide cases.
40% of online adults have experienced online harassment. 73% have witnessed it. FOMO, or the fear of missing out, is an actual social anxiety from the fear that you are missing a potential connection, event, or opportunity. A collection of Canadian universities found that 7 out of 10 students said they would get rid of their social networking accounts if it were not for fear of being left out of the loop.
Successful group interaction triggers a firing of the pleasure centers in the brain and releases amounts of dopamine synonymous with drug use. And social media is designed to exploit this. All the little features, like comments, likes, and being able to share posts, are just gimmicks designed to get us hooked by causing dopamine to be released.
You have an entire generation that has access to an addictive, numbing chemical called dopamine through social media and cell phones as they're going through the high stress. They don't have the coping mechanisms to deal with stress. So when significant stress starts to show up in their lives, they're not turning to a person, they're turning to social media.
We now know that many of the major social media companies hire individuals called attention engineers who borrow principles from Las Vegas casino gambling, among other places, to try to make these products as addictive as possible.
Just think about that. Just let that sink in. All these apps, their purpose was never to connect you to one another. It was only to make you addicted and to make money off your backs. For a majority of us, the first thing that we do every single morning after waking up is that we check our phones. And for a lot of us, the last thing that we do before sleeping at night is also to check our phones. In fact, half of the 18 to 24-year-olds said that they check their phones in the middle of the night.
So you have an addicted generation that doesn't have the skill set to ask for help. Combined with the fact that they're so good at Facebook and Instagram, they're good at putting filters on everything. So they're good at showing you how smart and strong they are. These kids who commit suicide, you go look at their Instagrams, you would have no clue that they were depressed.
As teenagers have grown up with the internet, we've spent our whole lives interacting with our peers online.
Images are flashed to us in 3-second posts. It generates feelings of need, lack, and competition.
They get jealous, so if one person gets more likes on Instagram than the other, then they just take it down. So there's all this emotional turmoil and strife going on with our number of likes somehow equaling our self-esteem. We present an idyllic life, perfect parenting, great relationships. We hardly ever give any bad news or copy about ourselves because that doesn't make for a lot of likes.
We filter our very lives before projecting them to the world. We show the happiest, the best versions of ourselves, sometimes fake versions of ourselves, out on social media.
We struggle with insecurity because we compare our behind the scenes with everyone else's highlight reels. We are constantly comparing ourselves to others.
People look like they have a much better life than they really do. People are posting pictures of when they're really happy. They're modifying those pictures to be better looking, and they're way happier seeming than they really are. So if you look at everyone on Instagram, you might think, all these happy, beautiful people, and I'm not that good looking and I'm not happy, so I must suck.
A like can't replace a smile or a compliment, but we treat it as if it can. We allow ourselves to become less social and lose touch with the face-to-face interactions that really matter.
I mean, social media is neither good nor bad. It's just the most recent tool we're using to do what we've always done: tell stories and communicate with each other.
And the key thing is moderation.